I may have come to an interesting realization. So it's a touchy subject, I'm not gonna lie. But if y'all know my track record, I do touch on touchy subjects, especially things under the classification of European imperialist white supremacist ideology, systems, and language. So I'm gonna start like this. Most of us in America have European friends. So we don't, it's easier when we sit here and say the Jews control everything, which is very anti Semitic to say that. I would like to throw that in there. To say that the Jews control everything is anti Semitic, and I'm going to explain why. If we base things on geography, well, first I would like to start with this African, right? No matter where we are, we are considered Africans. We're considered Africans no matter what continent we go to. Like, even if we're born there, I'm still called the African American today. And I was born here in America. But I don't want to get into that touchy subject at the end of this. So let's leave that there. All black people are considered African no matter where they at in the world. Let's get back to the Jews and the Europeans. If we look at geography and history like we do with black people, and if we pay attention to the Jews, Sephardic or otherwise, Ashkenazi also, they originate and they're mostly known in the European slash Eurasian continent. So at the end of the day, they're Europeans. I mean, yes, they are the Jews. We consider them Jews, but their lineage, if we track their lineage, they have European lineage, right? So they are European descent, German European descent. Germans are European. And that's not just covering all of them, but like so the Sephardics, I think they're from like the western part of the Spanish, Spain, whatever, where that area is at. They're kind of like mostly around there. I may be getting things confused because, like I said, this is a new thing. I never really paid attention to the Sephardic Jews. I've only paid attention to the Ashkenazi. So pardon me if I'm mixing things up with the Sephardics. But for the most part, they come from the European continent. So they're Europeans. And it is now right there, once we do that, we have to start looking at ideology. And based upon how they act ideologically, we can see that the actions of the Jews line up perfectly with the actions of Europeans historically. Colonized, taking land through force, manipulation, all this other stuff that they do. It is what it is. I don't have no problem with it. So they're not they're Europeans. We only with the Europeans do we do this sub classification. The Arabs are Arabs, the Africans are Africans. You understand? But Europeans, we got the Russians, we got the Germans, we got the French, we got the British, all of these the Spaniards. We got all of these sub classifications. Man, let's just put them where they geographically originate. Europe. They're Europeans. If they want to be European Africans, they can be. If they want to be, you know what I'm saying? European Americans, they can be. But they are Europeans at the end of the day. So once we look at things like that, we cannot say that the Jews control the world. They don't. The Europeans have not colonized. I mean, the Jews have not colonized the world. The Jews don't control media. Jews do not control Hollywood. Those are Europeans.
How long do you give them?
About a week.